Alright guys, we're here with Straight Line Stitch at Casey's Music Alley. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing good.
Good. My first question for you guys is, when did metal and rock music in general first infect you? And I'll just pass the mic around for you.
Metal affected me when I was probably around about 14. My stepdad listened to it, and my brother got me into it, so that's when it affected me.
Here you go. I would say probably for me it had to be high school time. I heard Far Beyond Driven by Pantera, and it just sent me over the edge. I was like, oh, this is good stuff. I actually got into Pantera before I got into Metallica, which is odd, but and just kind of I was hungry for it, so I started searching more and more and more and more and more, and just totally submersed myself in metal.
For me, it was pretty much I was raised around metal. My dad was a metalhead growing up, so it was all AC/DC and Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica and whatnot. So he was a metalhead his entire life, and that's pretty much how it went for me too. So it rubbed off on me a lot.
Cool. All right. You?
I guess the same for me. Just kind of grew up around it. My older brother got me into it. Never really heard anything else before I got into it. So I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I would have to say it'd probably be my middle school days. This kid actually brought a tape to me. I was listening to like Miller kind of stuff, and then a kid brought a tape. It was Pantera, and I was totally took me over, just like Seth. And I love metal, man. It's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I know you guys got a new album come out, right? Okay. Who wants to tell me about that? How?
It comes out August 19th on Koch Records. It's our first real record, I guess you could say, with a label. We put out numerous stuff before, but this is the real deal. It's going to be, I think it's 10 songs of melodic, chaotic, how do you put it? It's everything I think anybody would want in a true metal record. If you're not exactly death metal or into that stuff, I mean, it's got a good balance of everything on it. Really excited about it, and we've been touring a lot for it. And gosh, from what I understand, we're going to be running to the ground. We're going to be touring till the end of days for this record. So really excited about it. Really.
Okay. And what's your latest video that's out right now?
Our latest video is Black Belt. Well, that's the video that's coming out. Yeah. But the video that's on MTV2 right now is called Remission.
Okay. Cool. Now you guys did. Were you guys on Headbangers Ball recently or a while back? The video was. You guys didn't host. I thought you guys were hosting that or something. Okay. You guys played in Spartansburg last night, right? Okay. Was that a good show?
It was weird. The lights went out. That was the first time ever.
Dude, like a storm or what?
No, it was a transformer or something down the road.
Okay.
The whole block was out of power, and the show was supposed to start at around, what was it, 9?
Yeah.
And the show didn't start till 12:45.
Wow.
We sat in the dark for a while.
So,
Yeah.
Everybody stayed. Everybody stayed at the bar though. There was a lot of people. At first, it thinned out a little bit, but there's a lot of people that stayed and just drank with power outage.
Wow, that's cool, man. Now, you guys are from Knoxville, right? Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where all my family's from, so represent.
Really?
Great. When you guys are out on the road, obviously going around a lot of the southern places and things like that, are the fans more receptive to you since you guys are southern, more down there than they are through the north?
I guess you could say, yeah. I mean, that's where we're from. More people have heard of us around in that area than say we go out west. I mean, it's a different crowd. I mean, it's just different people.
We've toured on our own for so long that we've always managed to hit all the areas around home a lot. So I mean, we do. Of course, we're gonna have better fan bases around in that area, just from more people are used to seeing us in that area. And this tour we've been on, we've played places we've never been to, or been like states we've never even been in. Like we've been playing South Dakota and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different for us out there.
Well, for those of the people who have never seen you guys, what can they expect from an SLL show?
Definitely a high performance. I mean, high energy. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Now, would you say that other than music, does image play into your guys' band at all? Or does that matter at all? As far as like stage, like production or.
I could walk on stage right now and play a show, and it's just pretty much all of us. I guess it's just kind of in our heads, we're just kind of different people up there when we get off stage.
It's definitely different from shooting video. I mean, when you get a video, it's all makeup and wardrobe and stuff. And shows when you're playing shows, you're too worn out to.
Especially in this kind of heat.
Especially
this kind of heat, we look like we just roll out of bed and right on the stage. So
he didn't want to cut his beard off past 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. So the last 2 places we played had no air conditioning.
The night before last was one of the hottest shows.
How we look now is how we'll take the stage later on the night. So
okay. Yeah. Well, who does most of the main writing for the band as far as lyrics go?
I write my own lyrics.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you find it that is it hard to get inspiration to write lyrics? Meaning that is it hard for you to do you get writer's block sometimes? Do you have a difficult time coming up with things to write about, or where do you draw inspiration from?
I do have a hard time sometimes writing lyrics, but I get inspiration just from life experiences, things that are around me. That's where I pull my inspiration from. But I do get writer's block a lot.
Okay, one question that I always ask every band I do, and I'll explain it more to you after the interview why I'm doing this, and it gets a lot of different responses. Do you, and I'll pass the mic to you each individually, do you feel that spirituality has a place in metal music as far as bands that sing about whether it's Christianity or any kind of religion? Do you feel like that has a place in metal music, or should it be kept to the side? And I'll let you all comment on that.
I think people should be able to express themselves, sing about how or whoever they want to. I think it does. I think it does.
Well, in my opinion, music pretty much is emotion. I mean, if you're a musician and you write music, you write what you feel. I mean, if you're a religious person, if that's what you want to write about, that's what you should write about. I mean, I don't think it should have any limitations. If you start limiting music, it gets dull.
Okay.
Because you got to be as creative as you can all the time, and I think that's just a lot of people's emotions, especially Christian metal bands like you got As I Lay Dying and Norma Jean and bands like Blindside even. I mean, they put a lot of you can tell there's a lot of emotions, especially with the vocalists in those bands. So I mean, I think it's a good thing if it puts out good music. Good music is good music in my mind. It doesn't matter what style it is. So.
I think the way I see it is I think that metal music is probably the rawest form of music, and I think it's the most emotional because it's so underground in most aspects of it that not only do you have to put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, I think it's just physically draining, mentally draining, and I think that since it is one of the rawest forms of music, I think that no matter what, I mean, whether it be spiritually or not spiritually or whatever you had to say, if it's political, whatever, anything that you have to say, I think that metal is probably the perfect avenue for any of those things. You can do whatever you want. So, I love it.
Cool. All right.
I think metal is more of an emotion rather than a topic. What you sing about, bring it up there and just make noises, and as long as they're a fast, heavy band behind me, I mean, it's metal. I don't have to sing or anything, I think it's just more of the emotion and what you're conveying through your music.
Yeah, I'd agree with everybody. To me, metal is all emotion. You write from your heart, and there's no boundaries in metal. You know what I mean? You could sing about whatever you want, and people will take whatever they, people will think differently on every song. You know what I mean? No one's gonna think the same about everything. And spiritually, it's whatever anybody wants to write about. You know what I mean? So it's whatever you gather from the music. But the way we write is we write from our hearts, and whatever comes up in the topic may be, it is what it is. And metal is what drives it. So.
Cool. That's good. Thanks. Now, given the current state of, I guess, for the metal world, do you guys think it's